Thank you, Producer Chase. This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County, about 50 miles south of Nashville, 25 miles south of Murfreesboro, in the lovely and today sunny Rolling Green Hills of southern middle Tennessee. And it's that time of the year where we have all the walking horses here in town, all the visitors, and we appreciate all those walking horse barns that we know tune in out there during the horse show especially and throughout the year. But we got a very special guest in here today to talk about what's going on, and we have Mark Farrar, the CEO of the Tennessee Walking Horse Breeders and Exhibitors Association, and also the night announcer at the horse show for those 11 nights. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning. Yeah, we got to watch what we say, Scott, because, I mean, you said they're listening, and they are, because, I mean, I find out when you get something wrong.
As a matter of fact, we want to set the record straight. The Tennessee Walking Horse National Celebration was started in what year?
1939.
1939. I know you had a young lady get a hold of you. Somebody had said it was 1938, but we know for a fact it was 1939, right?
Yeah, there was. I'll take responsibility for the typo, but I'm going to say that planning started in 1938 for the 1939 show.
That would have been your grandfather doing that.
Right.
Clyde,
great grandfather.
I'm sorry, yeah, great grandfather Clyde too.
Yep.
Was one of the original 5 folks that. That's a little piece of trivia for you.
Yeah.
It was. So your family's been involved for more than a year or two.
Yeah,
since the very beginning, right?
Just a couple. I mean, I don't remember the first celebration. I would have been about a month old or a month and a half old, but I'm sure I was there at some point. So I tend to say I've been every year of my life. So 52 years I've been attending.
Roger Dodger that. And, of course, your grandfather was the CEO at Celebration at one time, Bill Toon.
Right.
Your dad was the head ringmaster out there for many years. And, of course, you've been affiliated.
Don't forget, if you don't remember that, if you don't mention that,
who'd I forget?
If you don't mention my mom was the centering secretary for a little while.
You know what? She was. My bad. I can't go to Thanksgiving dinner now.
Yeah.
But appreciate you mentioning that. So, no, I think it's important folks know that your family has a long history of the celebration, obviously commitment to making this thing the greatest show on earth, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Now, TWHBEA, though, is actually older than the celebration.
So, we celebrated our 90th anniversary this year. We were founded May 11th, 1935. And so this year was 90 years. That's hard to believe.
I mean, of course, you guys are headquartered over in Lewisburg, Tennessee.
Right.
Very nice facility over there.
Yep.
And here's another piece of trivia. Where was the celebration supposed to originally be held? We know it was,
I love this story.
We know it started at the Central High School grounds here in Shelbyville in 1939. But where was the opportunity for it to start?
So a couple.
By the way,
of
Marshall County, they get our broadcast.
Yeah,
okay?
Good. They need to listen then. Two things I found that really jumped out at me when we were researching for our 90th anniversary. One was that we say we started in 1935, but then in 1960, Buford Ellington proclaimed that 61 would be known as the centennial year for the walking horse, because research had shown that all of the breeding and the establishment of the breed really originated in the 1860s. Uh-huh. So he said that 1961 was the centennial. So I mean, 90 years.
He was governor.
He was governor. So what he said went, and he was a big Tennessee.
Your grandfather worked for that governor.
Well, yeah, he was a Tennessee Walking Horse owner and a big fan.
Yep,
and,
he was.
He certainly had our best interest at heart. So who would argue with that, right?
Ellington Ag Center.
Yeah. Our headquarters is on Ellington Parkway in Lewisburg.
There you go.
But he did that. So even though we've been a registry and registered horses since 1935, not 9. The breed certainly originated much earlier. But TWHBEA was around before the celebration. A lot of the big movers like Jimmy Joe Murray and some of the folks that were really pushing the celebration forward. Former Governor Jim Nance McCord, Bert Hunter, all of those, they were in Lewisburg.
Okay,
they were all in Lewisburg. So when the idea for a walking horse type festival or celebration came up, they went to an annual type event. They went to Lewisburg to the town council and proposed the idea, and they got sent away. They were skeptical of the traffic and the people and the flies that it would bring to town, and so they came to Shelbyville.
And, so each year during those 11, I mean, we haven't done an impact study in a while. I'm sure it's much more than it used to be, but we're talking millions of dollars brought into this community because of the walking horse industry. Yep. So thank you, Lewisburg. We do appreciate that. Your forefathers there.
It's in their minutes, their town council minutes.
Oh, no, this is a matter of
Linda
record.
Potts has it. Oh, yeah, it's a matter of record.
But
yep.
we do appreciate it being here in Shelbyville, don't we? So, although your headquarters is in Lewisburg, though.
We're still in Lewisburg. We've been in Lewisburg.
You drive there every day, right?
Every day. Most days. I'm not going today. I've got some meetings here. And it's amazing to me, like, small town like Lewisburg that a lot of people would never have heard of. There's people all over the world that get an envelope in the mail and a registration certificate for their Tennessee walking horse
Lewisburg, Tennessee.
From Lewisburg, Tennessee. There's people all over the world that know about Lewisburg, because of that.
Well, for our listening audience, and I know you probably don't have to explain it to those walking horse barns out there, but explain to our rest of our listening audience out there kind of what you guys do at TWHBEA.
So, first and foremost, we're the registry of the breed. I mean, we protect
the walking horse breed.
The walking horse breed. And part of that is protecting the integrity of that. So, at some point we started, doing parentage verification, and we did it through blood typing. But people send in their foal registration. They list who the sire is, who the dam is, what the breeding date is, what the foal date is, all that kind of stuff. And for a long time, we just put that on a certificate, sent it back to them with the parentage, like all the bloodlines and all those, the progeny of that foal.
Right.
And, then at some point we started, verifying that sire and dam through blood typing. We now do it through DNA testing. So, you send that in, we verify that the sire is who you say it is and the dam is who you say it is, and then we issue the certificate. That certificate's kind of like your car title, right? And it's got places on the back for when you sell it, you sign it and send it in, and we transfer it to somebody else and all that kind of stuff. And we register right now about 2,800 to 3,000 new foals every single year. So
Tennessee walking horses
every year. And then that adds up. And we've had years where we were pushing 14,000 foals back in the day. But right now, in the 90 years of TWHBEA, we have registered just about 600,000.
Say that number again, Mark.
600,000 walking horses. Yep.
And why is it? Explain to our listeners, why is it important to have that registry and that verification as far as the industry is concerned?
Well, these horses are valuable, and
bingo.
Yeah, and like I tell judges sometimes, what they do is important, but when they judge a class, people don't breed for last place, right? They breed for winners. And so who wins those classes and who they think are the best horses, that's who people breed to. And if you got honors, you don't want somebody saying they bred to honors. And promote that when it's like some stallion at their house that you may or may not have ever heard of.
Right.
So protecting that integrity and those bloodlines are very important. So once the books close, so that means they established foundation sires and stuff back in the day. But at some point, and it's probably in this history book, but we close the books. So that means that to register a new foal, the mother and the father, the sire and the dam, both had to already have been registered.
Okay.
When you start a breed, you can't require that, right? Because you're a new registry.
Right.
But at some point, we closed the books, and both sire and dam had to be registered. And since then, all you've done is improve the bloodlines. That's why, you go back and look at videos of horses from, 20 years ago even, or 30 years ago, and the horses you see now are just, so much better. The horses I thought were so great in the 80s and 90s, I don't know how they would fare today, because, our breeding has gotten so much better, and people have decided what they're breeding for, and it's passed down from generation to generation of that horse. And, UC Davis, identified the gene that actually makes our horse walk. This is what makes it a gaited horse, and what makes our horse, walk as opposed to trot or anything else. So it's very genetic, and these traits are passed down from generation to generation. And you can look at the stats. We have a thing called iPads, which is where you can go online and you can research horses and what they've won and their bloodlines and all that. People really research that when they're making their breeding decisions. And you can look at our stats on iPads. People look at that thing 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People are on there researching, these bloodlines and
all over the world.
All over the world.
How many countries countries do you guys have registration from, roughly?
Oh, exactly.
Tell me exactly.
So right now, there are Tennessee walking horses registered Tennessee walking horses in all 50 states, of course, but in 28 different countries.
I think you have board members from other countries,
right?
Don't you?
Well, and that's really been one of my. I'm glad we didn't even talk about this. That's been one of my talking points this year is our growth internationally, and really how much people in other countries are latching on to the Tennessee walking horse. And to have a board seat on our board, you have a board seat for every 80 members. So in Tennessee, for every 80 members you have, there's one board seat. Same in Alabama, and then same in some regions, same in other countries. Well, this year we added 3 seats to the board, or 4 seats. One of them is in Canada, one is in Germany, one is in Israel, and one is in Kentucky.
Okay.
So we added 4 seats to the board.
I think I met that lady from Germany.
You did. Yeah. She's here right now. So and at the celebration, I mean, when I leave here, I'm going to take a group of our members from Mexico to lunch that are here for the celebration. Okay. We got people from Germany. We've had people from Dominican Republic. I mean, it's
truly is an international horse.
Oh, people love it. They love it.
Folks, so we're talking to Mark Farrar, the CEO of the Tennessee Walking Horse Breeders and Exhibitors Association. We're going to take a 2-minute break and be right back.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care. Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at kincaidservice.com.
Here at Farm Credit Mid-America, we want to get to know you and your story. We are a member-owned cooperative offering a range of loan products. So when you find that incredible land tract that you've been longing for that fits into your story, give me a call, Jonathan Boyce, at 931-212-0101, or come by and see me, 1908 Madison Street, here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Loans are subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply. Farm Credit Mid-America is an equal opportunity lender.
United Communications builds connections you can rely on. Whether it's fast internet for your home or your business, our fiber network is designed for your community. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from real people. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Bedford County, it's that time of the year. We have the 11-night Let 'em Run and Walk On show right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, with people all over. I was going to say people, Mark, from all over the country, but I'm going to have to say some people from all over the world, too.
Absolutely.
That come here, and, you were talking about that before we went on the break, but and we were talking about what an international organization you have as well. And you're right, they all get something from Lewisburg, Tennessee.
Yeah. They do.
Good for them. What else you want to talk about as far as TWHBEA is concerned, and as far as your organization, and obviously you guys are the registry for the Tennessee Walking Horse, and with all the research, and I think most of our listening audience would understand you got to have that, especially some of these horses are really valuable.
Right, absolutely. And we do that, and another big part of what we spend our time on is marketing.
Okay.
Marketing the breed. We go to horse expos and fairs. We go to other countries. I'll go to Germany next month for our European Championships. I'll go to Mexico in November.
Okay.
We've already been to Mexico once this year. We usually try to go to Canada. We had Israel on the agenda for this year, but that's not going to work out with the things going on there.
Sure,
but
yeah.
it's still such a big market for us. I mean, Israel's growing by leaps and bounds.
Is that
for us.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So marketing's a big part of what we do for the horse and for the breed. So and we keep some stats. I got some stuff. I'm gonna leave these here for y'all's trivia. So hopefully you get some new trivia and folks can know. But we
know the celebration was started in 1939.
We know the celebration 1939. TWHBEA in 1935, 90 years.
That's right.
I said earlier, almost 3,000 horses registered a year. So 2,851.
Almost 600,000 total registrations from the 90 years of you guys being in existence.
600,000. 228,000 horses are alive today somewhere in the world. 228,318 walking horses. Yeah.
Walking horses have pretty good longevity, don't they?
Well, the average age of those walking horses is 20, which is...
The ones that are alive.
Of the ones that are alive. The average age of the walking horses living today is 20, which is, I think, a remarkable number. And I think it speaks to the care that they receive and the way people really pamper and love these horses.
We had one walking horse, the Great Strides used to have that walking horse therapy program here for children, and there was one walking horse that we were allowed to use, and I want to say that walking horse was like 38 or 40 years old.
Wow.
And still did a great job. I mean, very gentle, but getting around the ring and stuff. And people ask me all the time, why do these walking horses live so long? But, well, they're athletes. I mean, and they're well taken care of normally.
Well, the oldest one that competed, one of the things I always like to look at is what was the oldest competing walking horse the year before when we do our annual report.
Okay, yeah.
And so in 2024, the oldest competing walking horse was 29 years old.
Still competing.
Yeah, the year before it was either 31 or 32, and I always try to call those people, and because I want to know. I was like, tell me about this horse. What's going on? And the one that was 29, they kind of brought it out of retirement because their kids got involved and they did model classes with it, so they didn't ride it; they just let it.
Sure, yeah.
The one the year before that was 31 or 32, I don't remember, did barrel racing.
And barrel racing.
It did barrel racing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. And the lady said, look. She said, I have felt several times like I need to retire this horse. It's been such a good horse, but it wasn't having any problems. But she just felt like, at some point, people in horses want to retire, right? And so they would leave and go to horse shows, and the horse would be so depressed. Like the people taking care of it when they were gone said it wouldn't eat, it wouldn't drink. I mean, the horse would get depressed. So she tried to start taking it to like 1 or 2 shows a year, and it made all the difference.
Got all fired up.
Yeah, got it all fired up.
Good deal. Now, one of the things, of course, how long you been the night announcer at the national celebration? What I call the Super Bowl for walking horses. How long you been doing that?
So I started as the morning announcer first, and then I've done the nights since 2014. So what is that, 11?
Over a 12? Decade. Yeah. Let's just say over a decade.
Over a decade. I started in the, 2014.
So what kind of what's the night like? I know that my wife last night, of course, your aunt, was sitting there going, I can't believe Mark's drinking water out there because he never gets a break.
So that is the number one question I'm asked.
It is. When do you go to the bathroom?
Yeah, when do you go to the bathroom? I mean, I've never had so many people interested in my bathroom habits. But yeah, that's the number one question.
You're out there for like on the average probably 3.5, 4 hours, right?
Yeah. Well, last
night was later than that.
Last night we started at 7 and ended at 11:30, so we broke that average for sure.
Right for that.
But yeah, they asked, when do you go to the bathroom? And it's simple, I don't.
Well, I do notice everybody heading to center ring. They use the restroom, then they head out there.
Yeah, that's the last thing I do. It's the last thing I do before I go out there.
Well, of course, you've been involved in the industry for a long time. I know you made a living out of for a long time of being before you went to TWBEA, and I assume you're still doing some. But you announced a lot of different breeds all over the country, right?
So I'm very fortunate that I get to announce some of the best. I mean, I get a front row seat to see some of the best show horses there are in the world, and I do the celebration this week. Last week I did the World's Championship Horse Show at the Kentucky State Fair in Louisville, which is, of course, the American Saddlebred and Hackney Pony, and Roadster World Championships. I'll do the Morgan Grand Nationals in Oklahoma City next month, which is their World Championship.
That's a biggie,
yeah. So I'm really lucky that I get to see all that.
Super Bowls for a lot of different breeds.
Yeah, it's great and it's amazing. I mean, wherever you go, I mean, everybody, people who love horses just generally love horses, and so no matter where I am, people are asking about walking horses or how things are going, and vice versa. People just want to know. I saw a lot of walking horse people in Kentucky last week, and I've seen a lot of saddlebred people here this week. So it's always people who are horse fanatics, man. They just can't get enough, right? They follow them around.
It's a great group of people too.
Yeah,
I got to say that.
Absolutely.
So, what are some of the glitches that happen sometimes at center ring? Has anything ever happened at all that?
I mean, I create plenty of glitches, I'm sure. And sometimes you get in such a moment that. Or you get in such a routine that you just rattling stuff off. Like last night, it was the young trainers class. What do they call them? It's not old trainers. It's experienced trainers. Experienced trainers, which is 36 and over.
The gentleman.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It could be a lady trainer. I mean,
and lady,
experienced trainers,
that's
36 and over. So we would be.
One class said gentlemen on.
Yeah. You would be very experienced. but anyway, and that is 36 and over. And I guess when they were coming in, I said 66. Never even noticed. Whatever. And of course, Charlie Mack caught it. Charlie Mack doesn't catch anything I say except when I make a mistake. And he's
the show manager. Just for the folks out there. And he's been involved since he's like 18 years old at the show.
I mean, pretty much as a rule, nobody's listening to me until I make a mistake. But anyway, I guess I said 66 because Charlie Mack, he said, "What'd you just say?" And I said 36. He said, "Oh, I thought I heard 66." Well. And I just thought, he's half paying attention. Well, I guess he was right because when they came in and I said something about 36, somebody on the rail was hollering, "You said 66." I mean, they'll correct you real quick.
I was going to say that folks are very good about
they will let you know.
And that's fine that they do that. And but we like to see a little enthusiasm from the crowd, don't we?
Right, exactly. I mean, that's really what made the celebration special to a lot of people, and that's why they've continued to buy boxes. That's why they come in good times and bad. That's why they come on rainy nights and beautiful nights like we had last year. But with that loyalty and that dedication comes a lot of passion, let's say. And
what a great way to put it.
Yeah, but that's great. I mean, that's part of it.
Wrong with it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's great, and that's what makes them cheer on your winners, and that's what lets them tell you when a fourth place horse gets fourth and they thought it should have been first. And but that passion,
it is a competition. So
I mean, that passion is a great asset to the celebration.
You're talking about the people with that kind of passion. I noticed the other night. I can't remember what night it was. It started raining during the show, right? And of course, Alice and I were heading for under the stands. Oh, no. There was at least half that crowd. They had their parkas out. They were ready to go, and they wanted to keep watching.
Yep.
I mean, that's the kind of folks you're talking about with that kind of passion.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I'll just point out, because you sit where I can see you. So as I saw you running out there with a few drops of rain, there's, Miss Lambert, Nina Lambert, sitting right behind you who didn't move. She didn't leave for the rain or anything. She sat right there and watched the show.
Whose husband was a longtime board member out at the celebration, whose son is a board member right now, Joey Lambert.
And I believe she's one of the people who has attended every celebration since 1939. Her and Rayford Hewlin's one of them. I know.
Okay.
Mr. McCarter's one of them. There's a lot of them, but she's part of an elite group and becomes more elite each year, unfortunately. But people that have been there since that first celebration.
Oh man, you're making me feel bad now. Running out, Miss Lambert was still out there. Well, we appreciate Miss Lambert having that passion to be out there with those walking horses, and I got a chance to talk to her a little bit last night. Her box is right behind ours, so we got a few minutes left. Mark, what else you want to talk about?
Well, real quick, while we're on the subject of celebration stuff, luckily I don't think I make a lot of mistakes, but a big part of that is I've got like Margaret Aiken right there.
Yes. Yes.
Pretty much I try not to let anything come out of my mouth that Margaret hasn't given me or said to me because
we have a rule. Just do what Margaret says.
Yeah, she protects me, and
you'll be fine.
And man, they've got a great group of ringmasters. They're the ones relaying the gates to me from the judges, and I mean it really. People that come out there for presentations, and if you do, just kind of look at it. It works like clockwork between Charlie Mack and the people scoring and the ringmasters and judges and
all the ribbons and trophies that have to be presented.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how they keep track of all that.
It works. It's amazing how it works. And then I do think we probably should put a plug in for tonight's dollar night again.
Okay.
So $1 general admission, and then the food booths have dollar items. I added it up last night, and for like $13, I mean, you could have like a churro and a fried Oreo,
four-course meal,
two corn dogs, and
get it.
I mean, like the list goes on. Mini tacos from Alfonso's and pork
can't hardly
rinds
get
or
one
Rice
hamburger
Krispie
at a
treats.
fast food place.
Yeah, but they all have like these dollar items, and I mean,
it's fan appreciation night.
Yeah, fan appreciation night. And for less than $20, I mean, you can not only fill up, but probably like go home needing, Alka-Seltzer and just be miserable.
It's okay because you had a good time.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things I talk about all the time too, Mark. I'm glad you bring that up, since it is fan appreciation night tonight. Is we have a lot of folks that have moved to Bedford County that aren't really from here, but they've moved in here in the last 10 years. If you haven't been to the Celebration Grounds, the Celebration's a nonprofit, and if you haven't been out there to that 30,000-seat stadium, it's a family event. It 100%. Truly, it's a family event, and there's a lot of families out there. I had a family in my box last night that were really enjoying the show. And so, folks, come on out and bring your family and kind of see what it's all about, because it truly is an event.
Yeah.
To come out there, there's good food everywhere. There's good camaraderie. You get to know people. I mean, it's a really friendly bunch, the walking horse industry.
Absolutely. They're having a great show, and I mean, and looking at the weather for the rest of this week, I mean, it's going to be, nice temperatures, nice
last
freeze.
Night was perfect. Yeah,
last night was perfect. I mean, you guys, you usually, once the show starts, you smell, country ham and all that. The Optimus donuts just kind of wafted through. When there's a good breeze. Now, before the show, before they fired up all the fryers, when I got there, I could smell somebody, spreading their chicken stuff down the road. But luckily, Community Lions Club and the Optimus Club went to work, and that overpowered it all. It was perfect.
When you get that country ham and you get that donut smell going, then you're good, right?
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Which is that's another thing. Yeah, all those food booths out there. And matter of fact, one of the young ladies that came to my booth last night from high school, she was working in the Cascade booth last night. So that's another thing. The celebration is for years have had a lot. It started because of civic clubs, right?
Right.
The Walking Horse National Celebration did, and we still have some of those clubs operating out there. So come out and support them, folks.
And it's great, and they need it. It's not only Shelbyville, but everywhere. I mean, civic club membership is just a fraction of what it was back when the celebration started, and during the heyday of this. And it's harder and harder for them to have volunteers and people to do it, but man, the ones who do it, it's their budget for the year. They do their fundraising in 11 days for the whole year.
And that money, and they're all nonprofit civic clubs, and that money, I know one of the organizations buys school supplies for kids.
Right.
Another one of them, they sink their money back into this community.
Oh,
that's what they do. That's the purpose of doing fundraising.
Yeah, when I was in high school, the band boosters still had a club booth here, and then of course the band boosters do have a booth here, and they still do, but also the quarterback club had one. So, I mean, literally at high school, your band uniforms, your football uniforms, your basketball uniforms, most of it was paid by what they made, concessions at the celebration. And I go to Arab, Alabama. They've got a show down there, and it pays or Fayette, Alabama this year, and it pays for the football team's booster club. And they get new uniforms from it. It shows like that the tennis club here, they do put on their own horse show to raise money to support the Shelbyville Central High School Tennis Club.
Well, and that's a reminder, too, Mark, when you mentioned that. Most of the shows that lead up to what I call the Super Bowl, the show we're having right now, they're civic groups. Most of them are civic groups that put these on, raising money for their community. So whether it's, wherever it is around the South, it's normally civic type or organizations that give back to their communities.
Well, you're a Rotarian, James. And I know the Shelbyville Rotary Club is real proud of James L. Bomer, who was. I'm
in abeyance right now, but we're yes.
We're not being audited. Just to agree with
okay. we can talk to the other Scott Johnson from Musgrave.
That's right. He's the president of it.
That's right. He is. Yeah. Maybe he'll vouch for him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But when James L. Bomer was what do you call it, governor of like Rotary International, but he was over the whole international,
the whole world.
The whole world.
Yes, it was.
One of the big things then was eradicating polio, and Rotary played a huge role in doing that all over the world, and raised a lot of money to do that. And at that time, not only was the Rotary Club in Shelbyville, his home club, running a successful food booth at the celebration, but other Rotary clubs like in Pulaski and in North Carolina and in Virginia and in Florida and Georgia and Alabama, all these places were putting on horse shows and raising money, and all of it being funneled to this one cause. I saw an article with him one time where he credited horse shows in general for playing a huge role in eradicating polio. I mean, that's big, when you think about it, and that was really true for every breed back in the day. Now, I think walking horses are kind of the only ones that have such a large contingent of clubs, civic clubs, who still put on their horse shows. And that's big. I mean, because you go to those communities and you buy a country ham sandwich and you pay your entry fee and you pay the admission to get in. Right. But I mean, that money stays in that community and supports it in so many ways during the year.
And I'm glad we had a chance to talk about this, because people forget about this part of the walking horse industry, what it gives back to communities. It truly does.
100%.
With all these community competitions, and a lot of the breeds don't really have that, but this breed has it, and it was basically grown on that. Right. Civic responsibility and giving back to communities. So
absolutely,
we had a chance. Mark, we're basically out of time.
All right,
and
I'm gonna leave some good trivia stuff for y'all.
Yeah, and these facts have all been double checked, right?
Yeah, we've had our fact checkers look through these.
Well, let's give a shout out to all those barns out there right now listening. I know you guys are busy out there and working those horses out and getting ready to come to the show tonight, and appreciate everything they do to contribute.
Absolutely,
to the industry.
They're probably ready to take a break. They get started early. They're probably wrapping up their work for tonight.
Roger Dodger that, getting them ready to put them on the trailers and bring them on out, right, to compete. But Mark, we appreciate you coming in, and and I know the board of directors at Celebration really appreciate you being our night show announcer out there. And thanks for the great job you do. We get compliments on you all the time.
Well, it's an honor.
And I know it is. It is. But we appreciate it, and I just want to make sure we say that. Folks, we've been talking to Mark Farrar, the Chief Executive Officer for the Tennessee Walking Horse Breeders and Exhibitor Association, and also the night show announcer for over a decade here at the Super Bowl of Walking Horses, the 11 night show we have right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, in Bedford County. Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. We have roughly 10 government-related talk shows every month, and as we always like to say, instead of hearing rumors or other issues, hear it straight from the horse's mouth about what's going on in our community. And tune in right here to 98.7, normally 9 a.m. shows throughout the month. So on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting, until next time.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
At United Communications, we're more than just fast internet. We're your local connection to reliability and service you can count on, right here in Bedford County. With fiber fast speeds and a team in your community, we keep you connected when it matters most. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from people who care. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local, internet.
Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at KincaidService.com.
Here at Farm Credit Mid-America, We want to get to know you and your story. We are a member-owned cooperative offering a range of loan products. So when you find that incredible land tract that you've been longing for that fits into your story, give me a call, Jonathan Boyce, at 931-212-0101, or come by and see me, 1908 Madison Street here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Loans are subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply. Farm Credit Mid-America is an equal opportunity lender.
98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ, Shelbyville, Tennessee. Now that's country.